I put this shoulder up, then I put this shoulder up, and then I drop them because I don't care. Hi you guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you've never met my face before, hi, I'm Chelsea, and if you've seen me before, hey, welcome back. I know it has been a while. If you want to check out my last week, if you want to check out my video that I last put out, which is a month ago, go watch me react to the first Twilight movie ever. I've never seen the Twilight series. I also plan on continuing that. Today I'm gonna do something different. I know every time I come on here, it's like, oh, Chelsea's gonna do something different. Something new, a new series on my channel. I swear I say that every video, but today I'm gonna be starting something new called my movie and media dumps. My movie and media dumps will be like sporadically whenever I like really want to do them. And usually, I don't know, at least for the list I've come up with for this video, the movies that are gonna be, I say movies and media, I think all these are movies. I can't remember, I have to see, but primarily these are movies I watched this month or like very recently, because some of these movies on the list are a little like out, like a little dated and people have already talked about, but I still wanted to put it on my list because I mean it's stuff I've watched recently. And basically the movies and media and all that, it's like stuff I want to talk about, but I don't have enough material to give it its own video, if that makes sense. Something I watched this past month, I'm not going to talk about in this video. I rewatched all the Thor movies a couple times. I've watched Thor Ragnarok a plethora of times. I've watched the Avengers over. I've watched a lot of Marvel movies over, but I do still plan on ranking all the Marvel movies, so I'm not gonna talk about any of that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking, and I'm just gonna go ahead and actually get into the video. I don't have much else to say here. If movie media dump sounds interesting to you, keep on watching the video, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Okay, originally, I went to Tennessee 2 weeks ago, and that's when I made like a whole script and stuff for this, because I was gonna do a different format and this and that, but I realized I really like this format because it feels more up close and personal, and it seems like I don't like read off a script. I basically want I've never read off a script before. I just wanted to try something different this time, I thought, but like, no, I like to say whatever comes off the dome first because I think it feels more natural. That editing would have been hell because I can't talk. Let's actually get into it. For today, I think I'm gonna hit on three movie series. And the first movie series I want to touch on is Suicide Squad. I have HBO Max, so I would watch the second Suicide Squad as soon as it came out. But I'm gonna talk about it in the order. Basically, I did a little movie marathon, and I decided to watch the first Suicide Squad, then Birds of Prey. Actually, for the first time, I've never seen Birds of Prey. I was gonna save it for a YouTube video, like reaction, like how I usually do, but I was like, no, we're gonna switch it up, and I just want to go ahead and watch it. So I watched Birds of Prey for the first time, and then I watched the newest Suicide Squad. So my opinions on the first Suicide Squad, I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. Okay, hear me out. Is the world building interesting, fun to look at? No. Is the villain really interesting, this and that? No. Okay, no. Is Jared Leto? High key, I only knew who this man was because of his Met Gala outfits. Like, I had no idea, like it didn't connect to me who Jared Leto was. Anyways, was Jared Leto the best Joker? Of course not. But was the soundtrack fire? Yes, it was. That's just what gangsters do. Is that not good? Is that not good? All my friends are heathens, take it slow. That wasn't good. The acid jump scene, that wasn't good. Okay, yeah. We didn't like that? Were we too good for that? I liked it. If I had to rate it though, I'd have to give the movie overall 6 out of 10, and that extra little point, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. That 6 is Harley. Harley carried that movie on her back, and DC knew better than to, you know, not put Harley in the next Suicide Squad movie. I mean, like, let's be honest, the tickets really sold for Suicide Squad because of Harley. Like, especially after Birds of Prey did so well, they were not killing Harley. Harley's going nowhere, and I love that. But a little honorable mention, I think Kara, I can't remember her real name. She played the we've seen this girl, her like really nice eyebrows and stuff. I think hers, the Enchantress was actually not that bad. Like, I think she did really good for the material she was given. Did I care about her and Flag's relationship? Not at all. Did not care. Do they have chemistry? Not really. Not to the point where I was fighting with them and crying with them and like, no, not really. And on top of that, they didn't have Kara in the... We're gonna talk about that when I get to that movie. We're gonna talk about when I get to that. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. I say, okay, complete side note, I say put a pin in it. It's from Bolt, like the dog, like the Disney movie with the dog. And the manager with like, he had glasses, a white man, glasses, and like gray spiky hair. And he's like, put a pin in it. Chelsea, please find a clip. Because I say that all the time and I swear I sound stupid. Find a clip. Thank you. Oh, one more thing I have to say about the Enchantress. Actually, okay. We've all seen The Flash, right? We've all seen how the CGI is done, how the quality of the show's gone down. Granted, I've never seen The Flash, like, really. I've seen clips, of course, and I've seen how bad the CGI is, yes. But I think for 2016, The Enchantress, they probably put most of their budget in animating The Enchantress. Chelsea put her on here because, like, I don't know, like, the way, like the little flip thing, that was really cool to see. And I think that was good. I mean, DC usually gets a lot of crap for their CGI not looking good. And granted, like, I am not crazy. I completely agree. I 100% agree. But I'm going to give DC a round of applause for Enchantress's CGI. I think her CGI was good. Yeah. And like, my closing statement on Suicide Squad, the first one. Listen. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna drop it real fast, okay? I'm gonna say it real fast and I'm gonna drop it. Drop it like a bad habit. I'm gonna drop it. Ready? I see what Harley saw in Joker. Anywho, Birds of Prey. So, I think Birds of Prey. Let me think. I didn't hate it. I definitely loved the editorial direction of it all. It was definitely different from the first Suicide Squad, which I do heavily appreciate. It had more of a comedy aspect to it than I'm gonna say Suicide Squad 1. Watching the commercials for Birds of Prey, I will say I was a culprit of like, who asked for a Harley movie, like separately kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, I mean I watched Suicide Squad when it came out. I was in middle school though, so like take my opinion very lightly. But watching the commercials, I was kind of I was intrigued on how they would pull off not having the Joker in it, like at all. He was not in the movie at all. Because people never say Harley. Like, no one's never seen Harley by herself. It's always Joker and Harley, not like just Harley. And I like how the movie does focus on that, on Harley finding who she is. And I like that they didn't try to make her go back to Joker. I definitely, in my mind, I was like, watch them trying to make her go back to Joker. It's actually refreshing. I'm not really in DC. I'm not really into DC characters, DC storylines. And the most DC thing I'm probably into is Justice League. And that's like Justice League and Aquaman. But we ain't gonna talk about Aquaman because if y'all know. Nothing against Jason, of course. But we different conversation for a different day, okay? But I don't know. From what I've seen, most of DC, they don't really shine light on female leads. But I did like the overall theme of Birds of Prey. I hate when movies do that whole like girl power thing, and like this movie rode hard on that. They did. I didn't hate it though, actually. Like I think the gals had good chemistry together. I liked the little girl. I thought she was funny. I liked the diversity of the group. I like the different storylines. I just think it's really interesting to watch. Yeah. And I also think Birds of Prey was a really good introduction movie. That's what I mean. For the other superheroes. Granted, can I remember any other names? No. Why can I ever remember names? The girl who can sing real loud, the ex-police officer, the girl with the bow and arrow, and then the little girl, and then Harley. That's everyone. Even if I don't know names. But I think it was a great introduction to all these other girls. And like their like new like little 3-group thing. I can see that being its own like series or movie series or like, yeah, so I think Birds of Prey was a very good introduction to these women, and I hope they play a bigger role in DC. I don't know, I feel like I was gonna say it's part of my like closing, but I'm just saying it now. I think DC is not as big as Marvel. Hear me out, okay? Because Marvel has been, granted I am biased for Marvel, but like they've been making movies since like 2008. That's the first Iron Man movie, I think 2008, 2009. That was the first movie to lead all the way up to Endgame, which took place 2019, 2018, somewhere around there. Like, that's a huge time frame of like movies that were put out and like a story that was made. Granted, the story wasn't, I mean, like, they didn't make it in your face. They didn't make it easy for you to figure out what was going on, kind of, but like it was like if you pay attention, if you see the materials, then the story will connect. It's a puzzle. Like, Marvel does their movies as puzzles, not full-blown, oh, Iron Man 3 comes out. Like, you know how if you go on Disney Plus, they have the movies out in chronological order. They weren't released like that at all. And I like how Marvel did it more as a puzzle piece thing than you don't have to figure anything out. Here's the whole story flatlined out based for you. Because I think it's the whole fun of figuring out Marvel's storylines and figuring out what's going on. And like the whole thing with Spider-Man No Way Home, I will be first in line in front row seat with my big popcorn and Slurpee watching Spider-Man, period. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know, seeing the community figure out conspiracies on that and the multiverse on like, and I'm like, is that really Doctor Strange or this and that? I think a community of people being able to like do conspiracies and stuff like that, I think that's just very more interesting. I feel like DC, they just lack on that because right now they have Harley Not with Joker, but then they have a whole nother series. I mean, mostly DC stuff be cartoons. Honestly, don't quote me on anything DC. I'm not well versed in it, but like based off what I've seen, like DC, they have Harley Not with the Man right now, but in a complete different like movie or TV series, Harley and Joker are married and like have kids. Is that actually real? No, but like I'm just saying DC doesn't really have that like cohesive story thing, whether it's a puzzle piece storyline or in your face storyline. It's like nothing flows to an extent. I mean, I guess Justice League kind of flows. I don't know. I'm just being biased to like Marvel too at the same time, but water is good, y'all. Stay hydrated. The last movie I was talking about for DC and the whole thing that is the new Suicide Squad. Oh, I didn't rate Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey, 8 out of 10. I didn't hate it. Well, I didn't hate it, but would I ever watch it again? No. Sorry. Sue me, bill me. Give me the tab. Anyways, Suicide Squad, I loved it. I love the creative vision towards it. And if I'm not mistaken, the director who directed Guardians of the Galaxy directed this movie. I can tell his like visionary. I can see it. It's very innovative, very different. That whole shot where they were looking like when they were like fighting and we were seeing it through Peacemaker's helmet. That was a good shot. I liked it. It was funny. Even though Davidson was in there for 5 seconds, I was like, hey, you know, but we're gonna go over that. We're gonna keep going, keep pushing. I think the storyline was more interesting. Yeah, I think the storyline was more interesting because it felt more real besides the starfish thingy, you know? Like the overall like corruption of the government and this and that. I love when villains seem more close to real life because I think that makes the evil all the more real because like parts of it are hitting on real life stuff and like corruption, duh! I live in America. We thrive off corruption and racism and sexism and so on and so on. Like, that's America. Red, white, and blue. Okay? Am I proud of that? No. But that's the truth. Okay? So, I don't know. I found that part interesting. The whole starfish thing, whatever. I mean, like, it was cute. The star thing, like, I didn't really hate it. It was just kind of there. I did love Harley's own little storyline. And Harley's, like, dress she had going. Yes, ma'am. Polka Dot Man grew on me. Little Rat Girl grew on me. All the characters grew on me, definitely. And the twist at the beginning was really good. Twists at the beginning were good. It was good. Because I was like, they were like killing off the whole cast. And the gag is, I don't know why it didn't connect to me that when she said Boomer, like, that was Boomer from the first movie. I'm not good. I'm not good, guys. Obviously, I'm not good. I'm not good. Why am I even talking about movies and all this and that if I don't even know what I'm talking about? I should be ashamed of myself. But yeah. Oh, should I put a spoiler warning? Because I was, okay, no one died. But this movie was more gory. I didn't hate that, but like, I know that's not some people's cup of tea. But it was longer. The soundtrack, the storylines were good. This and that, and I'm leaving the best for last. King Sean, I love him. They should have made him Australian. Why do we make sharks Australian? I say, why do we? The only shark I know is Australian's Bruce from not fish hooks. Nemo, Finding Nemo. Sorry, had a very long day. Yeah, the Suicide Squad, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. I only mark off 1 point because they thought, I don't read the comics, obviously. I don't do none of that. I just tune in, right? So I don't know if these are 2 different characters actually, or was the movie too lazy to make up more characters? But I definitely realized that the only black people in the movie have the same name, Bloodshot, Deadshot, damn near the same name. They're both having daughter problems, even though, like, I don't know, they changed Idris's kind of and made it like a little more bizarre than Will's, like, but it's the same story, like literally like the same story with like minor tweaks in it, and I kind of don't like that. I'm not gonna call racism, but I'm gonna call a little lazy. Granted, I know the movie's not, I know Deadshot and Bloodshot weren't the main character. Well, I mean, Will Smith was supposed to be the main character. We all know who took the show, Harley, duh. But the second movie, I don't know. Why did y'all, like, everyone else got new stories, but why is it, I don't know if I could be going crazy. I don't know if anyone else realized this though, but like, why is it the same story? Why the only black people in the movie have copied and pasted with minor lazy change tweaks? And I'm saying they're lazy changes because good relationship with daughter, but in jail. Bad relationship with daughter, but in jail. Like, it's like not rocket science changes. Like, it's just like the literal opposite. Like, it's very lazy. I don't know if that's a part of the comics. I don't know. I didn't really care for that though. I didn't really care for that. Like, is this the only story I'm coming from black men? Like, anyways, I guess I have no choice but to let it go. So that's why the Suicide Squad gets an 8 out of 10. But like, let's move on to the next series. Okay, the next series I'm gonna talk about, I have to talk about, I actually just watched yesterday. And it just came out yesterday, I think. He's All That with Addison Rae and that guy from Cobra Kai. Was it my intentions to watch that? No. I was hanging out with my cousin and it was #1 on Netflix. I'm only human, okay? I'm a simple woman. I see #1, I press it. Like, what's all the hype about? No hype. I hate that I was invested in it when I was watching it because old dude from Cobra Kai was in it. I've never watched Cobra Kai, so I have no idea who this man is, but he was in it. Addison Rae was in it. Old dude who played the old dude from Girl Meets World. Can't remember his name. Lucas. Dude who played Lucas, a very wannabe. He played Culture Vulture well, if I do say so myself. He was in it. Basically, it's just like they literally like I hate when movie franchises do this. They come out with another movie and they just reverse it and like reverse the gender. It's I'm not even calling it's not a sequel. It's like a spin-off, if you will, of She's All That, which came out 1999, I think. Really good movie. If you haven't seen the original, you should watch the original. They took it off of Netflix for some reason. I don't know why they didn't. They'd have been streaming geniuses if they kept that on the same time, you know. The original, I'm sorry, I'm taking off my tag. The original, like, if they kept the original on there and Addison's version. So I'm gonna try the original first. No, I'm just gonna compare both of them. I'm gonna flip-flop. I don't know why I act like I have any sense of formality. I literally just start talking and hope my sentences make sense, right? But overall, I thought that the movie was gonna be bad because of Addison. And surprisingly, it wasn't. Like, don't get me wrong, it was bad, but it wasn't bad because of Alice. Was Allison the best actress? No. Not at all. No. Was she terrible? No. But did I look for her? No. I mean, I couldn't look for her. She's like the main lead. But like, I mainly hated the writing of it all. It was just very fast paced in like a not like good way. To me, if you're trying to form a good love story, you gotta have some time put into it, like something. And then like the dude Cobra Kai guy, I'm gonna call him that the whole time. Cobra Kai guy, like his writing was terrible too. And it was like they wrote him off as he's reserved and shy and this and that. Okay, But then he tells Addison that his mama died within knowing her for 2 days. Isn't like, I mean, like, he's reserved and this and that. Does that mean he wouldn't open up to like a stranger that fast? So why is he talking about his dead mama to Addison if he just met? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that don't make, like, that doesn't add up with what they said he was. It doesn't add up with his characteristics. That wouldn't fit him, because that's not a part of, like, if you're an introvert, you getting up on a table and dancing this and that, it's not necessarily connected with your introvert characteristic unless you wanted to show a vast change. But it doesn't make sense, because, like, if you're that reserved, you're not that reserved if you're opening up within 2 days of knowing someone. So why call him reserved? That's what I'm saying. Like, that didn't make any sense. Him and Addison did not have any, like, chemistry, at least to me. They did not have any chemistry. I don't care. And he's like, I love you, this and that. And if I'm not mistaken, that movie took place within like 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I probably missed some part, but like, okay. So of course, if you've seen the original She's All That, the duration of She's All That, I looked it up. It's 1 hour and 37 minutes, and then the duration or the runtime for He's All That was 1 hour and 31 minutes. Okay, it wasn't that far off. So why was the pacing so weird? Of course, we're gonna compare it to She's All That because that's what it's based off of, right? Of course, I'm gonna be a little biased to She's All That because like the vibe was just different. Like, it was Addison's like storyline. Like, she was TikTok famous, and like she got sponsorships and stuff, and that was supposed to pay for her college fund. Cool, right? Get your bag and education. And she was dating Luke. I'm gonna call him Lucas. Don't care. She was dating Lucas, who was like also like a pop star. He's like a Jake Paul, basically. That's basically what he was, a Jake Paul. And she was dating him, and like, you know, oh, the YouTube or social media couple, this and that, and she catches him cheating on her. And then like she gets sad and she cries and that, and like she gets like a snot bubble, and that goes viral, and she loses her sponsors and stuff like that. And when I say her, can we talk about her manager real quick? Definitely half the movie's budget probably went to paying Kourtney Kardashian. And she was on a Peloton for most of her scenes. So good endorsement, get your bag, Netflix, I guess. But that goes viral and stuff, and she loses her endorsements and this and that. And she got into a bet with the girl who played Peyton from Game Plan with the Game Plan. And you know, then they like kind of with the rest of the She's All That. I just don't think media production just don't know how to function without adding in social media things. And I can't wait till they're over that. Like the over hyper fixation on social media. Like, of course social media has a hold on younger people, but like it seems like media productions don't know how to form a story unless like they feel like it's not gonna be relatable if it's not based around social media, which is like not true. At least for me, it's not. I don't know. I can't speak for a whole demographic. Oh, speaking of the Peloton thing I said earlier, they must have had like a sponsorship with TikTok too, because they actually had the name. Like, they actually had TikTok all over the place. And like they had Smart Pop all over the place too. She was eating something else. They just had endorsements and they had sponsorships. They had Sarah Vay in the corner. Like they said product placement. I'm not mad at y'all. Get your money, Netflix, I guess. What I'm saying with She's All That is I'm gonna be a little more biased to She's All That because it's like I'm not biased because it's the original. I'm biased because the chemistry between Lainey and Zach was like you could definitely see it, you can feel it. I don't know if He's All That did a chemistry test between Addison and Cameron. His name is Cameron in the movie. Cameron, I don't know, I'm calling her Addison. Addison's name in the movie is Pageant, but I'm still calling him Cobra Kai, and I'm still call her Addison. Right. I don't know if they did a chemistry screen thing with them. I don't know what they did, but like it just didn't give like they were in love or like they liked each other. Like I mean, of course it gave friend, but it didn't give to the extent that Zach and Lainey had in the original. And also like I'm looking at it now. She's all that's PG-13, but like it wasn't like raunchy by any means. But like if you got some of the jokes, you got them. If you didn't, wait till you're older. You know what I'm saying? So I think comedy-wise, it was there for me at least. I don't know, like it was there for me. Like the She's All That, and the chemistry Zach had with Lainey's brother, don't remember his name, doesn't matter, was definitely better than Addison's relationship with Cobra Kai's sister. Like I said, like literally what I said earlier, they just swap genders on every character. That's what I mean. Also, I brought up the whole PG-13 thing for She's All That because on He's All That, I was confused because like they were cussing and like they were implying sex. They did like they did like the fade in black kind of thing, or you know what happens next kind of thing. And then they also were like cussing like, oh, like they were like cussing or whatever, which is fine. But then I felt they had such mature things, but then the reason why she was getting canceled just seemed very Disney Channel. Like they were canceling her because she had like a snot bubble from crying about getting broken up with. And like no one was mad at Lucas for cheating on her. That kind of gets sexism. They should have touched on that, but whatever. It was a very shallow movie. I didn't expect him to go there. You see, do y'all get what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it, but like, y'all get what I'm saying? How just like, are y'all going for like, what's your demographic? That's what I'm saying. Like, are y'all going for children? Like, y'all going for Disney Channel or Teen Nick? Like, what are y'all going for? That's a little nitpick thing. I was just like very confused on it. There's a fight scene in He's All That I literally hate, and I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't like it. That I hate it. My closing statement on the He's All That, She's All That thing is, yeah, it's gonna be a no for me on He's All That. I didn't hate it, and I think Addison did well. She was definitely getting dragged through the mud before that movie came out. Y'all just gotta watch the movie. Go ahead and watch She's All That first, and then watch He's All That, and compare and contrast. I think that's very fun to do, so that's what I did with this. But like, yeah. And okay, you guys, I actually think that's gonna wrap up the video for today. Don't get me wrong, I have way more movies on here that I did not list, but I want to keep this video cute, short, and simple, and keep the other movies for another media dump, which I will definitely have a lot of media dumps because I do watch a lot of like movies and stuff. Granted, I do rewatch a lot of movies and things like that also. A lot of movies and stuff like that also. I think this is a good cap off for now. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you don't like videos like this, hit it in the comment section down below and we'll figure out something else to do. Sorry if my like vibes been a little off this video. I can't really tell. I haven't filmed in a month because school just started back for me. My senior year, I just had a lot going on. My videos might not come out as frequently as I want them to. Right now I post 2 times a month, but I might drop that down to once a month, honestly, because of school. I don't know, we'll see. It's just I'm like trying to find time to do everything that I want to do. And sometimes that can be a little stressful. But like, yeah, I like doing this. I like talking to you guys. Like, I'm gonna find time. It just might not be as often as I would want it to be, but it's still gonna be time, quality time. That's all I gotta say for today. Remember that you're loved, you're appreciated, you matter, and yeah. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Bye. Please appreciate my sweater. They're sheep. Do you guys see that?